All right, so we're going to talk about the 2013 Chevrolet Camaro, which is not only the last of the C6 generation, but also the 60th anniversary, which is 60 years of innovation and domination in the sports car market. This particular one is the Grand Sport package, which you can tell by the flared fenders, which they get from the Z06. Also the staggered wheels, 18s up front, 19s in the back. One of the coolest things about it is the styling. It's sleek, especially with those flared fenders, gives you that wide, aggressive stance. Underneath the hood, you've got the LS3 motor, which is 6.2 liters, produces 430 horsepower, 424 pound-feet of torque. But if you opt for the dual mode exhaust, you go up to 438 horsepower and 428 pound-feet of torque and 436 horsepower. You can get the 6-speed automatic or the 6-speed manual. If you go with the manual transmission, you'll get the oil sump pump. If you go with the automatic, you'll get the paddle shifters on the steering wheel, both of which you can go 0 to 60 in 3.95 seconds, the quarter mile time in 12.6 seconds, and you can expect to get almost 30 miles a gallon on the highway, which is pretty darn impressive with the car that goes this fast. You can also go up to 190 miles an hour. To get another car to do that kind of performance, you're gonna have to spend $200,000–300,000, and not only are you gonna spend more money up front, but you're gonna spend more on maintenance too. And that's one of the most impressive things about the car. You're warranted for 5 years, 100,000 miles on the entire powertrain. When you buy here at Sunset, the warranty doesn't expire. You're covered forever. The only thing you have to worry about is the recommended maintenance, which is another great thing, is there's very, very little. For the first 100,000 miles, you really only have to worry about oil changes, which when you buy here at Sunset is also included for free. Now there's a lot of cars out there that have a lot of horsepower, a lot of torque, but there's very few that handle it like the Corvette. A few things that make it just that much better: behind the 18-inch wheels up front, you get 14-inch ventilated and cross-drilled disc brakes with 6-piston calipers. In the rear, behind the 19-inch wheels, you've also got cross-drill and ventilated disc brakes, which are 13.4 inches with 4-piston calipers. You've got magnetic selective ride control, which is really, really advanced. And what that does, it adjusts itself 1,000 times per second, to where if you're going through the turn and pulling over a G, which the car can definitely do, it'll actually compensate. So instead of leaning and getting that body roll, it'll stiffen up those shocks for you and compensate. So it just adds for more driver confidence, more performance, and definitely a lot more safety. Which the Corvette is a performance vehicle, but they didn't forget about safety. You've got the front airbags up front, you've got side airbags, which if any of those airbags deployed, your standard OnStar is going to ring through, make sure you're okay. If you're not, they'll send help your way. Now, performance is great, the handling is phenomenal. Another great thing is the balance part of it. It's a 49–51% weight distribution, and they do quite a few creative things to help it balance out. They put the transmission in the rear. They also split the fuel tank to where you got 9 gallons on this side, 9 gallons on that side. And aside from that, when you come back here, you know it's a Corvette by looking at those 4 round taillights. They bring the styling all the way to the back. They complement it with the 4-tip exhaust. And another amazing thing with a car like this is the storage back here. You can actually fit 2 sets of golf clubs and 2 people, which you're not going to find that in a car in this class. You've also got a storage compartment here for the removable top, which you can get the standard hard top, which is just regular top, or you can get the see-through glass top, which definitely adds the experience when you're cruising around. Definitely nice. Looking at the stars where you're driving around. You got your fuel tank right here. Now this particular one is the 3LT package, which is going to give you a few extras. You've got the memory settings here. You've got the power seats on both sides. You've got the power tilt and telescopic steering wheel. And you also get the heads-up display, which the heads-up display, while you're driving around town, it'll project your speedometer, your tachometer, whatever you choose up there, so you don't have to look down at all. Another cool thing, when you go with the Grand Sport, you can test your own 0 to 60 time, your quarter mile time, and it'll all read up right in your heads-up display. You've also got navigation here. You've got dual climate control, the heated seats on both sides, stereo controls, and you've also got this selector right here, which gives you the ability to influence that magnetic selective ride control for touring or sport mode, so you can really let the Corvette know what kind of driving you're expecting to do. Now, you absolutely have to get in here and drive this yourself and experience it yourself. After you get back from the drive, I'll give you estimates on price, down payments, monthly payments, and even figures on your car. How does that sound?